James chapter 5, verse 16 says, "Therefore confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." It made me think about something that J. Cole said in a rap song, and I'm paraphrasing it. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Think about that. J. Cole suggests that every righteous person will have committed wrongdoings, and every sinner has the capacity to change and experience a future purer than their present. So I say, let your future be brighter and purer than your past by healing in your present, thanks to the prayers of the righteous who you confess your sins to. Confess your sins. We're all a sinner. The reality, if you're going through life thinking you're not a sinner, then you lying to yourself right now, and that makes you a sinner. See, a sinner knows that they have sinned. A sinner knows that they might sin again. But a sinner also knows that they will sin less, because a sinner wants to be a saint. And when a sinner wants to be a saint, then they try to sin less. And that's the problem in our society right now. We need to understand that we're all sinners, but we can be saints as we sin less. It's when you want to do better, you start acting better. You start doing things differently. You start giving up certain things. Sin is not just simply lying. Sin is not simply killing. Sin is not simply adultery. There's tons of sin out there. Do you have greed? Do you have envy? Do you have the love of money? And some of you might say, we all love money. We all love this. But do you love money more than you love people? Do you love your dog or a pet more than you love a human being? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. Have you ever lost faith and stopped believing? Or do you question God's love and his uncontinuous blessings to you? Do you question just the whole existence of the Lord? That's what sinning is. Sin is when you're questioning and you're doubting and you're not believing and you're doing things that you know is against the Bible, that you know is against your faith, that you know is against your beliefs. We all have sinned. We all have fallen short of glory. But each day that you wake up, oh, glory be his name, that you can change your future. Your past doesn't determine your present, and your present can determine your future. Your past can lock you into places that you can get out of if you want to. Don't allow your past to haunt you forever. Your past is just that, it's your past. Just because you sinned before, just because you had a baby out of wedlock, just because you committed adultery, just because you have killed someone, just because you have fornicated, just because you lied, just because you had greed, you had envy, that doesn't mean you don't have a bright future. You can give it all up. You can change your ways and be a better person. Just remember that. You can be better than what you were, but you have to want it. You have to ask God, and you have to ask God for that forgiveness. You got to pray and confess your sins to others. And you got to be sure and honest, not only with just yourself, but with the people around you. You got to sometimes let go of your past and let go of other people. Everyone is not for you. And you're not for everyone. So just remember that. Remember, you better than where you were. That's all. You better than where you were. J. Cole said it best. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. So despite your sins, you still have a future.